I hate podcasts, Jock. I hate them.
Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute, the podcast in which we celebrate and discuss the film Raiders of the Lost Ark 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
I'm Pete Mummert.
And I'm Jerry Porter.
And today we are discussing Minute 13. Lucky Minute 13 begins with Dr. Jones wearing his floppy sun hat in the water, and it ends a minute later with Neolit. I want to know, first of all, I bet that would kill grabbing onto a moving seaplane and just grabbing on with your arm. I always think of the those ski lifts that weren't even like lifts. They were just like rope tow things. You grab onto the rope, like a handle on a rope, and it would just yank your arm out of its socket.
Jesus, those
That's
things
always what
killed.
I think of when I see that.
Yeah.
And my left shoulder hurts right now, so when I see Indy do that, I'm wincing as I watch. Well, again, he's Indiana Jones, so I guess he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering, do the Jovitos keep missing because they don't know how to lead a target?
You know what? The way those arrows are flying, maybe they just don't know how to shoot arrows, period. Like maybe they're much better with blow darts.
Yeah,
they're
I
just too far away.
Just used to like a sloth all the time or something?
Yeah.
Something
And the
that
one
just-
guy stops and takes just a wild shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're not used to running and hunting. Maybe they, sneak up on their prey usually.
So yeah, it makes me think that when they murdered Hero Barranca, they must have been maybe a foot and a half away from him.
Yeah.
And he was
Hold
standing
still.
perfectly still. Yeah.
It's probably one of those like Cortez moments or whatever, where they're like, "Oh, there's a guy. He's half man and half bird." How they view the plane or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not even aiming for Indy. They're aiming for that big metal bird god. Silly Jovitos.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, if you learned Jovitos, it'd only be 3 letters anyway. Primitive cultures.
It would have taken Indy half an hour if he just applied himself to learn Jovitos. Well, that's all we have for minute 13 of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, I
Hey,
had a good.
What kind of snake was that, Jared?
What's that? Oh, what kind of snake was it? Well, if you're going on the South American clues, that would be the boa constrictor is indigenous to South America, right? The python is Asia,
Yeah.
isn't that right?
Yeah.
Is that what that looks like?
Well, I actually looked this up too. He's supposed to be a boa constrictor, but people in the know say it's actually a Burmese python.
Oh, really?
Well, it's tough.
Once
because-
again.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Jacques is well, first of all, he's an air pirate, so he clearly doesn't play by the rules. Second of all, it's his pet snake, Reggie. So maybe
Yeah.
he got it and he slipped a little bit of little extra something to the customs official when he went to South America. Don't mind, that's just my pet snake, Reggie. Here's a little something for you. Enjoy your dinner. And maybe brought a python in.
Well, speaking.
Well, this is a good clue that Jock was only there for this leg of the trip, and that Indy got there some other way, because otherwise he would have already seen that snake and been pre-angry about it.
Oh, that's a good point.
He only sees it this
That
time.
is a very good point. Yeah, so he clearly didn't ride in with them.
Yeah, he
I've been watching Columbo lately, so I'm thinking with my very analytical, logical mind.
So he stopped and used the Jovito's phone to call Jock. He's
Yeah.
like, meet me here.
Maybe that's what the birds are for. Like maybe some sort of communication with the birds flying out. When you see the birds fly out.
Yeah.
I like that Jock is played by the guy named Fred Sorensen, who is an actual commercial airline pilot.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, answer me this. Is he British or American? Because he
I believe
says
he's
he's got about 2 lines. In one, he's clearly British, and in the other, he's clearly American. Oh, that's just my pet snake, Reggie. Like, am I just hearing it that way? Or does he actually say it that way?
No,
Because in the next, come on, show a little
no,
backbone,
you're just
will
hearing
yous?
it that way.
He goes from, like, Alec Guinness to Bugs Bunny in 1 second, in 1 minute.
No, he's got a New York
Yeah,
Yankees cap.
Well, I thought he was supposed to be French.
Oh,
But
my
His
God.
name
he
is
doesn't have a
Jacques.
French accent, but his name is Jacques. But in the script, it's actually Jock, like J-O-C.
Like Jock, right?
Yeah, like maybe that's why he's got the Yankees cap.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds like a straight up Midwestern guy.
You never heard, like, that with a British accent?
I never
just
heard
my
that
pet
with the
snake,
British
Reggie?
accent. No.
Really? Okay, so I'm insane.
Yeah.
He
All
definitely
right.
had an accent, but I was never sure where it was supposed to be. I'm
It's like-
gonna
Well, I'm actually relieved.
go with Jerry on this. I think it's Midwest.
Okay.
Well, what's funny is everybody is pretty somber up until right now, and then Jacques, he's the only guy who kind of like, he kind of smacks India around a little bit, not like sort of like, yeah, show a little backbone, you know what I mean? I heard, and for years I wondered about this. I heard like some slumber party in 1984 or something. Somebody said, "Hey, did you see?" As they're flying away into the sunset in the Daring Escape, you see a little pet snake, get dropped out of the plane and fall. And I was like, no way.
Oh, my God.
And, the kid was
That's
like,
funny.
yeah, no, he throws the snake out of the plane. And I was like, that's awful. And so I watched this over and over, and I never did see that to debunk that.
no way.
Yeah,
I'm relieved to hear that. That's
I am
nice-
too.
I got into
Listen.
huge fights about stuff like this as a kid.
Yeah.
Like people being like misquoting movies and stuff and being like, "Oh no, Star Wars is based on a series of books." And stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm a nerd and a loser, so like I can't argue with you because you'll just beat me up or something, but I know I'm right. Damn it.
Well, something about this scene where he escapes and you're like, oh, okay, that whole little chapter's over. It brings up, and we've talked about this, we've touched on it, but I really need to revisit. Why if the Jovitos are there and the temple is still a living, breathing, present-day temple, like it's for the most part, other than the little mishap encroachment thing with Forrestal, it hasn't been touched. And it's, the Jovitos are still, when Belloc holds the idol up, they're like, oh, there's our god that we worship. And they go down, and you're like, how, if Indy goes into the jungle and he steals the idol to put in a museum,
Yeah.
there's something
seems a
that's,
little crummy.
there's something that doesn't, you're like, it would be as if you went to the Vatican and you took the Pietà and you're like, I'm going to go put this in a museum.
Yeah. Although, you know what? I always kind of had the sense that the Jovitos were not directly connected to the temple, and that when Belloc holds up the idol and they all bow down to it, he may have, like, convinced them, oh, that guy with the hat, he's coming out and he's stealing a powerful god, and you guys have to stop him with your arrows and stuff. And that, that he may have, like, built them up about this thing. But until Belloc showed up, it didn't mean anything to them, and they didn't even know about it. Maybe.
I like
Well, it seems like is it archaeology? Because archaeology seems to be the study of ancient cultures. But
Mhm.
because the Jovitos are alive and well, you're like, isn't this just maybe cultural studies or anthropology?
Yeah, but again, I don't know if he's disrupting their life and their culture. I mean, I think he's disrupting their neighbor's dead culture.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
not. It's not a Jovitos artifact. He's not stealing a Jovitos artifact, but it may be something that they've incorporated into their culture. So it may not be
Yeah.
a central part of their religion, even if they didn't make it.
Yeah.
But it clearly has meaning to them.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it does now, but I don't think I'm making this up. I sort of had the sense all along that Belloc, when he holds the thing up and says, "Okanamoto," he could be saying like, "This is the most awesome thing you've ever seen, and it's super powerful, and you should bow down to it and be scared of it."
Yeah, I like
It's like if you had never been. It's like if the town next door had was abandoned, was like a ghost town, but they had a high school with like a trophy case in it, and nobody had ever been in there, and there were ghosts in there, and then somebody came along and took out like the track trophy and held it. Look what I got! You'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Holy smokes!"
I think it's more like if you're on kind of a forest moon with a bunch of little teddy bears and a golden robot sits up.
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Ah.
Yeah, if that idol could speak, he'd like, I do believe these bowl-cut weirdos think I'm some sort of god.
This makes me feel better, though, because this sort of makes me think that maybe Return of the Jedi is part of the same Carbonite dream.
Yeah, he's just recasting everything, according to his experience. Oh, wait, he's out of the Carbonite by then, though. Gosh, is he having premonitions of Endor while he's in the Carbonite?
Unless Jedi is still part of the dream. It's sort of a...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Then Episode 7 is too. Oh, and so then we get at the very end of the minute, we get a quick shot, like establishing shot of the college or university where Indy works. In the script, it just says it's a small northeastern or New England college. But I have it right upstairs. I should go get it. But I swear the novelization says it is Yale. That it's Yale New Haven.
I thought it was Marshall College. I don't know where I got that.
Oh, that sounds familiar, actually.
Where was Forrestal from? They didn't say, did they?
No.
No, we established he was like community college.
Yeah, he was working his way up. He's a bright kid.
Well, it is funny because I have been to a little town here in California called Stockton a number of times, and if somebody had told me that this Ivy League looking college was actually University of the Pacific in Stockton, I would not have believed it, but it is.
Oh, you seen it?
They filmed this at University of the Pacific in Stockton.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which, if you've been to Stockton, this might be a surprise. No offense if you're from Stockton.
Well, all right. Does anybody have anything else for minute 13?
I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, Pete, where can people get in touch with us and tell us everything that we missed from probably the best minute of the entire movie?
Yeah, if you want to let us know, find us at IndianaJonesMinute.com or come to our Facebook page. Tell us what we missed.
And come back tomorrow for minute 14 of Raiders of the Lost Ark right here on the Indiana Jones Minute.
Show a little backbone, will you?
I hate podcasts, Jock. I hate them.